Good afternoon. Welcome to Match Day. I'm Vince Gansberg. Today with us we have Ian Barker, and this is typically our Monday manager. And our special guest is Kelsey Dossey. And Kelsey, can you just say hello so we make sure we have audio?
Yep. Hello.
Yeah, perfect. So thank you, Kelsey, for coming on, and appreciate it. And for those that are watching, please feel free to ask Kelsey some questions. I know Kelsey a little bit better than my boss because, well, Kelsey played Indiana ODP. She also played club soccer, Westside United, right? Pretty much, right? Give a shout out to Westside United.
Yep. And then I went to Zionsville, Westside to Zionsville.
That's right. That's right. So shout out to those two clubs. But that's when I was the state director of coaching for Indiana. So Kelsey, thank you so much, first off, for taking time,
of course,
to come on. We appreciate it. And so today we're gonna talk a little bit about your journey, right? And we'll kind of go from there. And those that kind of came on for the Monday manager tactic things, if we have time, we'll do two of them, and they're specific for goalkeepers, and we'll see what Kelsey thinks. So we'll go from there. But again, Kelsey, thank you so much for coming on. And so Ian and I will just kind of turn off our cameras, and so the bandwidth helps the bandwidth. And you're in Georgia right now, though, correct?
Yeah, now you can see all the boxes. I'm helping my sister move to Indiana, so ignore the moving boxes all in the background.
All right.
I actually don't even have my own house, so this is better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, tell you what, Kelsey, I know your journey, but no one, not a lot of people watching this do. So can you just share your journey from, Indianapolis club ball to where you're at now?
Yeah, if I can remember it all, I feel like it's been a long journey. But I started probably, and I have my mom next to me, so I probably look over at her every now and then. She's been with the whole journey as well, obviously. I started probably 3.5, 4. She gave me the 4. Started at 4 through Avon Soccer. It's just a club that's now not in existence. But through Avon Soccer, and then kind of grew up a little bit, matured in that, and then probably 9, 10, 8. Went into Westside United FC. Played there until I was 14, right when I hit the big field, the full field, and then transitioned to Zionsville, and kind of grew up in that club as well. And then I actually played. So I was born in '96, but played technically my age, but I was young for my group. So when everyone went off to college, I was kind of stuck. So I actually played with, they call IFJ now, IFJ, for 4 months as a discovery player, just until I went to college. And then, so I actually started my college flooring, actually my eighth grade year in middle school, and then committed on Father's Day of my sophomore year, I think. going into my junior year.
Yeah.
Kelsey, could your mum just come on and do the whole thing?
I mean, she would probably do it better than I would, actually.
I know she wouldn't. But she would do a great job. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I know she's rock solid, so that's awesome. But
just trying to remember all the dates. I'm like, gosh, I don't even know what I ate for dinner last night. But committed probably sophomore year. I wanted to commit freshman year to a different school, and then Dad told me, like, no, hang on a little bit, explore a little bit more. And then I explored more and kind of went on more visits. Enjoyed kind of just learning about different schools, and definitely enjoying my free passes to go on college campuses and stuff as well. And then, committed again. I think we're agreeing, maybe, I don't know, sophomore or junior year of high school. And then, you verbally commit, and then you officially sign I didn't even sign and then I graduated high school early in 2014. I was class of 15, went into college, University of Missouri, January of 15.
Okay.
And then, started all 4 years of college, which was awesome. Actually got hurt my freshman year, which was very unfortunate. I had never experienced an injury in my life until college. Knock on wood. I was super blessed. I've been given quite a nice injuryless body, which is very odd for a goalkeeper as well. and then graduated December of 18 from Mizzou. And then this is kind of where it gets crazy. So moved back home. So December, moved back home for a little bit, attended the draft in Chicago.
Remember, that's where I saw you again.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Didn't get drafted, but then got invited to preseason. I actually attended a goalkeeper camp with the NC Courage down in North Carolina for a week. That was awesome. Got to meet some really amazing goalkeepers, and then flew straight out to Seattle, but Tacoma now, Washington, and trained with, I guess they're All Rain now, for about 6 weeks, and then got released, moved back home for a month, and then moved out to Illinois and played with the semi-pro team in Fire and Ice, just to kind of keep my legs going for the summer. We were about to start like tournament play and stuff, and then moved back home for a week, packed my bags, and flew out to Switzerland for my first actual like professional team experience. Was out there for 3 months, came home to get my work visa. While I was home to get my work visa, the team folded, unfortunately. And so I missed that, the transfer window. And so I was unable to join a team. So I just came home, trained with John Bush. He is phenomenal. I absolutely love and adore him. Got to train with him a bit at Sogility with Jimmy Carson. Yeah, I'd never been there. I was like, I've known you for so long. And so that was super fun. Learned a lot from both of them, and then signed my contract to Espanyol in Barcelona, Spain. And technically, I guess, Thanksgiving weekend, flew out in December for 6 days to get acclimated, meet the girls, came back home, figured out all my visa stuff, and then flew out February. Got to play 4 games, and then the virus hit, and then here I am, just, it's been sat there for 3 months in my apartment by myself. Learned a lot about myself. So it's been a very interesting professional experience as well so far. But again, I've learned so much just in the last year alone, but it's been such a journey that I have loved just kind of configuring, and I've also loved to be able to travel for free in a sense and do what I love and get paid. That's just a bonus. So, I love it. It's been definitely a whirlwind of an experience so far, and there's still a lot more ahead that I'm excited to embark on.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's you've had quite the journey, and we're getting some people asking some questions here in the chat box. I can't do it because it's in Espanol. I'm learning too, un poquito.
There you go.
Just a little bit, but no. So, what was your feeling when you went from Mizzou, right? And you didn't get drafted, which is fine, and then you went to Switzerland. How different was the level of play, or was it much different? Was it just speed? Was it athleticism? What would you say there?
I would say going from like college out to Washington, there was a big difference. You have Megan Rapinoe. I was training with Michelle Betos. I mean, she was incredible. You have Ali Long on that team as well, and just so many international players too. So that speed of play was just, different than I'd ever seen. Because you have, the best of the best college girls, and then girls who have, played college or come from professional teams abroad. So that was definitely different. I would say Switzerland was definitely a different experience. The team I played on, we actually had 16 Americans. So it was kind of like college all over again, but in a foreign country, which was actually kind of fun too. We actually got to play the Manchester City women's team, which was unreal, just seeing some of those girls and stuff. Not to dog on any league particularly, but there are different, countries, different leagues that are more advanced than others. So I would say from the college level to Switzerland, there wasn't as much of a difference, but since transitioning out to Spain, there has been a huge difference. We were kind of touching on that a little bit. Just Spain in general is very technically sound. They like to focus on, just being good with your feet and good at just playing with the ball and stuff. So I've definitely noticed a different level moving out to Spain. So
So speaking of, when do you go back, or what's the plan there? When are they start?
Well,
The men's just started, right? The men's
yeah,
the men started.
Yeah, the men have started, and actually our second team has started as well. So, kind of like, just I have a flight back in August, but we'll see. So I'm actually, there's still some things up in the air I can't necessarily talk about right this second, but yes, I definitely have stuff lined up, and right now it's looking like August. So it could be sooner, could be later, obviously, just with traveling and all the everything going on right now. So, but yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. No, that's good. Coach Barker.
When they stopped the season, Kelsey, what did they do with you? They just said go home and go to your apartment, or how long between ending and then coming home? What was that transition like?
I learned a lot about myself. It actually, I'm trying to think, we stopped March 14th. We were supposed to have training. I believe that was a Thursday. I remember getting a text Wednesday night, we're not training tomorrow, kind of go to your designated area, stuff like that. So I went to my apartment. I actually live with two of my teammates. One's from Colombia and one's from Brazil. They had both went home to get their work visas and were supposed to return that weekend, and everything got shut down. So they didn't return, and they were just kind of put on pause as well. Just kind of, wait, we'll see how things go. I don't think anyone anticipated it to go as long as it did either. And so I actually was at my apartment just kind of by myself. Luckily, I had a girlfriend that I met through a church out in Barcelona that came and stayed with me for the first 5 weeks. Otherwise, I would have been literally by myself in a foreign country that I want to explore and couldn't. But so we were given workouts to do every day, just kind of in our own space. Everyone, most of the girls, I want to say there's 7 international girls. So everyone else, went home with their families or their significant others, whatever it may be. And, we're in their homes and their comfortable spaces and stuff. So I found a way to work out in my apartment. My 8-liter water jugs became my best friends. They were my workout companions. I was able to buy a yoga mat, which was nice. And then, so just kind of, took this. I was on the 10th floor, so I took the stairs every chance I got. Just little things to stay busy. Again, we had to record all of our workouts and time them and send them into the team and stuff. Supposed to like weigh ourselves and use like measuring tapes and like tape our arms, our waist, that kind of stuff, and just making sure we were accountable. We did like eating challenges, like food, like recipes, like they would send in a vitamin or a nutrient that we had to follow and then make a recipe and send it in. So just like trying to like have creative ideas as well, just to keep everyone occupied and
And when you get back and they say to you, okay, we're going to play Valencia, how long would you like, well, let's say the day you land in Spain before you're out playing a competitive fixture, within reason, how much time would you like to be prepared? Like with the team, training, getting fit before you see a real opponent? What would be your ideal?
Yeah. I mean, I went right in and played the next day and felt like it wasn't my worst game. So I guess theoretically one game, no. I would say probably at least 2 weeks. Like for me too, there's a lot that I need to do here. Just training one, but also the language. I like to think that I can hop in a game and just, figure things out pretty quick. I feel like as a goalkeeper, we're all you can adjust pretty quick. But the language, honestly, is the hardest thing for me. I'm not the quickest learner when it comes to languages, and I took Spanish in high school and should have paid way more attention. But for me, I guess more so just kind of communication with the girls. 2 weeks would be nice. I mean, I did feel like I started getting on a rhythm, which was, very helpful. And if I was like, hey, like, how do I say it? One of my center backs spoke decent English as well. And so I would just say like, hey, like, what do you want me to say in this? And what do you, in this? And so we kind of got that camaraderie as well. And just okay, what do you want me to say? And when you say these words, I need to know what they mean. And so I would say probably 2 weeks would be nice, just more so for the language and stuff.
Sure.
I adjust well for playing wise, but the communication is the toughest part.
One quick technical tactical. Do they play with a back 4 in front of you?
Yes.
Do they play it quite high and expect you to manage a lot of space behind them, or do they play quite low in general? I know you've only played 4 games, but
yeah, I felt like they played a little bit lower. They also their previous goalkeepers, again, not to boast or anything, but didn't have as much of a leg as I do, I guess, in a sense too. So I think they've kind of started to trust that, I can play them balls out without them having to be 10 yards from me and just play a little short dinky pass.
Yeah.
So, I think there's a lot of growth to be had, but we also just got a new coach as well. My first day there was his first day. So I think he'll kind of try to start to establish kind of his rhythm as well and what he expects also. But yeah, I felt like they played a little bit lower for sure than what I was used to, I guess.
Yeah, very good. So Rob, who is in our well, he attends. He's one of our 3 followers that we have on match day. But he's asked a few questions here. So one of the questions was the biggest difference mindset or athletic ability going from college to pro? Like, was it just your mindset, was that an adjustment, or was it just more the athletic ability?
I would say it's probably a mixture of both. I mean, it definitely is a mindset, because I think, anyone can be athletic in a sense. I mean, athleticism isn't easily as trained as, some other things. But I would say it's definitely a mindset. Half the things that you don't even think about, like girls are just paying attention, just even simple and not simple, but food, what they're putting into their bodies. I mean, college, we had all the resources possible.
Right.
But I just remember walking into the locker room every morning in Washington, and these girls, just what they were putting in their bodies, all the proteins, all the pre-workouts, all the, and just all these things that are so simple, but make a huge difference, things that I haven't even done myself. And I'm like, wow, that's just a mindset of something that I need to start doing. Or, after trainings, they were very, very adamant about rolling out their bodies or doing a bike workout just to kind of cool down their muscles or whatever it may be. Just, simple things that make the big difference that, in college, you're like, I'm young, I have things to do, or you're going straight from training to class and you don't have the necessary time to, just really take care of your body. And so I do feel like it is, again, the athleticism, sure, but the mindset of just really devoting time for you as an athlete, because you typically don't have school, you don't have another job, whatever it may be, you have time to really hone in on you and your well-being as an athlete and stuff.
Right.
So
yeah,
definitely a mindset thing for sure.
Yeah, no, you definitely have to take care of yourself, right, before you can lead others. Is that one of the behind us?
That's my sister.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man, I miss all those little Dossies running around everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere. But awesome. No, well, thank you. We've gone, a little bit over 15 minutes here, and I want to keep you. But Coach Barker. By the way, Rob says he could tutor you if you need, because he speaks fluent Spanish.
I am 100% down for that. I would love that. You just can't make fun of my accent with it, because people are like, well, you're trying, but it's very American. They're like, you sound very American. And I'm like, well, am I not? I don't know how to not sound American. I am American, so.
Yeah. No, Rob actually coaches in one of the sister schools.
Oh, okay. Cool.
In Missouri. So yeah, he's a college coach. So Coach Barker.
Right. Kelsey, thank you, and thanks for just being a normal American young woman, because you're in Europe playing against Barcelona and Atletico Madrid and Bilbao, which, be you a male or a female, would be a dream for many, many American players, and you're getting to live that dream, and yet you'll come on here and chat with me and Vince. So
absolutely.
Good luck to you. It's an awesome opportunity for you, and I'm sorry that COVID disrupted it for you, but you're young enough and clearly determined enough that you'll get back in there somewhere.
Absolutely.
And I think it's interesting, right? Because you haven't been wanted in the end in everywhere you've gone. You just kept plugging your way through, and now you're playing. And I've been to the stadium in Espanyol. I wouldn't mind playing in front of that. It's a nice little stadium. So,
yeah, it is. Yeah, I went
congratulations.
There about a year ago. About a year and 3 months ago, I was in Barcelona and went to Espanyol and all that. But have you been to Girona?
It's funny. Like people are like, so did you like Barcelona? And I'm like, for the month I had, yeah, like it was great, So I really didn't get much time to travel and stuff, but I have heard of that place and it will be on my list. So if you have other tidbits or like you have to go see this, I'm all down for.
I'm sure you saw Sagruda.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw Sagruda. You can't miss that. But and then the paella is unbelievable. But
I haven't had paella yet. Waiting for that one. All the shops were closed too. Like even during quarantine, where I live, there wasn't many places delivering it in the beginning, and so and I'm very much like a visual. Like I want to go and see the menu and see the food, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna wait. And when I come, because I knew I was coming back, so I was like, when I come back, I'm really living the Spanish life. So
there's nothing like their paella. It's incredible.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like a fried tenderloin here in Indiana. With your head. But,
yeah,
there you go. But Kelsey, you've been very gracious, and we won't do the tactical scenarios today, but but we had them just in case. We could. Pick your brain and all that, but we'll save those. But thank you so much. And I'm
of course.
We got you on.
Thanks for having me on here. Appreciate it.
We're so
proud. Kelsey.
So
thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, thank you. Coach Barker?
You want to tell them who they got tomorrow, Vince?
Yes, tomorrow we have Marcela Serrano from Austin FC, and it's I think a pretty special type webinar. So thank you so much. And Kelsey, God bless. Tell your mom. Hey, hang your mom on there.
Hi, Mom.
She's trying to avoid it.
It's like a human calendar.
Yeah, she's got 4 to keep up with, so I'm impressed.
I remember them. I remember when I was at Westside, just chasing them all over the place.
Yep. Little man's going to be a junior in high school now. So.
Gosh, wow.
Growing up. Yep. Crazy.
Thank you so much, Kelsey.
Of course. Thanks for having me again. Appreciate y'all.
Guys. Bye-bye.